Hi, I'm Dr. Alan Ehler. Welcome to Southeastern University's Master of Arts in Ministerial Leadership Executive Cohort. This is SEU's first master's degree, started back in 2004 when then President Dr. Mark Rutland saw a vision and saw a need among pastors and ministry leaders who had seen incredible success in their ministries all over the country, who were ready to sharpen the saw so they could be more effective in their ministry leadership. He asked the team at that time to develop a master's degree that could be taught here on campus in intensive sessions that allow those pastors to be able to return home to preach in their own congregations on Sunday and finish a fully accredited master's degree. Since then, we've had close to 1,000 students graduate in the program. Some of these are dynamic leaders all over the country and really all over the world. Some are denominational leaders, megachurch pastors, associate pastors, chaplains, ministry leaders of all shapes and sizes who have, even in the midst of the program, seen God open new doors for national, if not international influence. And it retains that heart today to train executive leaders who are ready to go to the next level in their own leadership while getting a true academic experience, a fully accredited master's degree, and learning new skills that they never even thought possible before. And we've got another incredible cohort starting here in the fall of 2022, and it is exciting to have you as a part of that. I know I will see happen with you what I've seen happen in the mini cohorts. You'll actually be the 10th Master of Arts and Ministerial Leadership Executive Cohort. We call it MAMX for short, or sometimes just the cohort that I've been leading since I got here in 2013, coming from Seattle, where I pastored for many years and served a variety of church roles and taught at a sister school there, and led a similar program, but not quite as influential as the one that we have here at SEU. But you will be joining ministry leaders from all over the country, a variety of ages, races, and a good blend of men and women who are just at different places. And what you're going to find is you're going to come together, you're going to learn together. This is not just you learning yourself. This is a corporate experience, and that's the power of the cohort. Not all the learning happens inside the classroom, and it's definitely not just from the professor to the student. It is learning together with people who are wrestling with these things. Another thing about the cohort experience is this degree is tailored specifically for you in your leadership. Most of the assignments you'll be able to apply in situations, and even take situations you're dealing with in your ministry experience and using new tools you haven't used before. Things that we're going to be able to provide you from our library, from graduate level education, research, writing, sources that you can put together to help you solve those old problems in new ways and see new victories. I've seen hundreds and hundreds of students express that. In fact, even as I get to travel the country in my role representing SEU to churches and ministries around the country, I continually hear from our graduates how the cohort experience changed their ministry, changed their lives, sometimes even with tears in their eyes. They talk about what happened. So you're going to get to know, you're going to get to come to love the others in your cohort. And I want to challenge you this very first couple of weeks. Your very first assignment is going to be to do what we call a discussion forum. You're going to be doing a lot of these. This gives you a chance to interact when you're not in the classroom together, but to keep the relationships and really reflect on what you're reading, what you're doing, how you're applying what you're learning. So the very first one you're going to do for my class, for practical theology, is to share a little bit about yourself. So to take just a couple of minutes, and I encourage you to do a video as well so we can get to know you and get to know one another, and then reply to one another. If you find something you share in common or something that's intriguing about their story, go ahead and type a reply in that. That is a part of your grade. You need to do 2 students, but this one especially, I'd love for you to do everybody and be a part of that and be ready for that. Another thing is you will start reading right away. We've assigned several books, and these are graduate level books. Some of you started, and I sent out a syllabus with another book, and then I learned after sending out that syllabus the very next day that another book had just been released by one of my favorite theologians, Alistair McGrath, a professor from England, and he had written one, What's the Point of Theology? Why are we doing what we're doing? So whether you read that one or Kelly Kapick's The Little Book for New Theologians, they're both excellent, and just say, what in the world am I getting myself into? Why do I need theology? How's it going to affect me in ministry? Both do a great job of answering the question. So I encourage you to read through that. You will need to have that read before you show up, and do a brief critique. And by critique, I give you some specific things I'm looking for in there. It does not need to be long, but I need to know you read the book, you understood what the author was trying to say. But this is not your 8th grade book report. I want you to get into the weeds. I want you to wrestle a bit with the writer. Find some things you agree with, but also find some things you disagree with. And how can I disagree with this professor? Well, guess what? You're in graduate education, and everything is a conversation, and every voice is valuable. And part of that is doing this critique. So don't make that the whole point of it. And in in fact, some people say, I can't find anything to disagree with. Okay, well, find something that could have been stated better, maybe a little bit more improvement in the way it was worded. Do some of that there. And then I also want you to reflect on how can you put this into practice in your own life and ministry, and share some of those sorts of things there. So you do both of those, and then we will get to see you here on campus in September 5th. That is Labor Day. I want you to show up when there's not too much traffic here. The next day, you will learn why when you're fighting for a parking place. But SEU, there's a reason why we're the largest and fastest growing Pentecostal university in the country, and great things are happening here. We'll actually even get to worship with the students in chapel that Tuesday morning. Always a highlight to just see and feel part of the spiritual energy, what God is doing here on this campus. You're going to get to meet our leaders. Our president will come by and visit us. We're going to spend some time in the library, and we're going to build relationship. And my class is really about how in the world do you do graduate education? What in the world does it have to do with leading in ministry? And that's why it's practical theology. It is theology. It is graduate education. But how does it affect the practical needs of you and your ministry? And hopefully you'll find it beneficial. We'll tell you how to write papers, what works in that, how to manage your time and manage life. And it'll be a great experience. But I just want you to know, I am here not just for this class. So this won't be the only one I'll be your formal professor for. I will be with you throughout the journey. Anytime you need to get a hold of me, do not hesitate to do that. I'll give you my cell phone right now, area code 425. Yes, I used to pastor in Seattle. 425-422-9902. 425-422-9902. And again, my last name is pronounced Ehler, but I'll answer to anything close. And I am so excited to share this journey with you. I look forward to watching your introductory video and learning more about you as we start this journey together. God bless.